minute since the last update, since the beginning of the last update video, I guess. So last we left off, I said I won Camp Nano and I was having a bit of frustrations with the power going out last time. But this time I'm having a much better week. But I have ultimately decided to put His Immortal Majesty on pause for now. Just because I want to finish Dearest Sea like I had promised in my plans for Camp Nano video. And I haven't touched Dearest Sea since July 2nd, technically, until like yesterday. Actually, not even yesterday. I think it was 26th. Yes, it was the 26th. I hadn't touched Dearest Sea until then. So I'm putting His Immortal Majesty on pause. So I'm just letting it kind of percolate with the new stuff. Because I finished transcribing the handwritten stuff. So I'm just letting it sit for a little while. Before I tackle the consistency issues, because those are some big issues that are in there. On top of that, I had promised to do Dearest Sea, and I hadn't touched it until Wednesday. So I'm still trying to get that up and going, and I'm about to start writing again. So I'll be doing that. And I got a new shiny idea at the beginning of the month, which I was brainstorming earlier, so I hadn't really gotten much words. And the words that I did get, they're all handwritten, so I had no idea how much I got. And it's just brainstorming stuff for a new, for a shiny new romance idea. So that's basically what I was up to, just putting His Immortal Majesty on pause. And also trying to make time for reading, using this time also for my reading stuff, because I hadn't read in almost a month. So and I need to get the reading books my friends wrote stuff. I need to start getting that out as well. I just finished a section of Tiny Shivers, so that clip will be seen in a later video, so in a different video. I got a couple things earlier in the week as well. I got David's tea. The post office almost lost the package for this stuff. I received a call yesterday after going to try and get it. I received a phone call later that day saying, hey, we found it, come and get it, either today or tomorrow, whichever's fine. So I went and got it today, and I'm about to try the Serenity Now tea bag. Ooh, I love these kinds. I love these kinds of tea bags that are like kind of see-through, where you can see all the herbs and stuff. And ooh, it smells really good, and I like my tea typically hot with a little bit of sugar. I don't usually put cream in it. I also got this large thing of washi tape, as it says on the box, but it's 52 little rolls of washi tape, of space-themed washi tape, and I got it for like $12, and I'm rounding up. I think it's either $12 or $13, just rounding up. So that's what I got along with the tea, because I'm really obsessed with my bullet journal, especially lately. But yeah, that's what I've been up to these past couple of days, even though I haven't filmed quite as often as I had promised. Hi guys, so it's been a minute since I last updated. I know I updated you guys on the 27th and 28th antics, and not really much has happened other than the monthly visit from dear Aunt Flo, and thank goodness for loving boyfriends, I'll tell you that much, because I got some chocolate and a drink that I normally really like from him, and it was just really sweet. He got me 2 bags of the Lindor chocolate truffles, which I really love. I typically go for the dark chocolate kind, but he got me milk chocolate, but it's fine, I'm not gonna be picky. But he got me that on Sunday after I had already filmed, I guess, the previous day for it, for July. And so this one's just gonna be my update for July as a whole, and as well as things that I didn't film about until, I guess, today, till just now. So that was my experience on Sunday. Yesterday, Monday, July 31st, so many people won Camp Nano at, I would say at the last minute. So on July 31st, Morgan Lee won her Camp Nano. I know a lot of other people won their Camp Nano, and I am so very proud of them. Congratulations to all you guys for winning your Camp Nano goals. And if you guys didn't make your Camp Nano goals, still thank you so much for trying. You did it. You did at least the best you could, and that's what matters. Currently, I'm in Nia's stream, Vixen of Fiction. I am in her stream on YouTube, and I'm just filming this real quick while we're in like the first sprint. And before we even started the sprint, JC gave me an idea to turn him, His Immortal Majesty, into a duology, and the second book would be then called Her, which is an acronym for something. So His Immortal Majesty spells him as an acronym, which I think was a blessing. I'm not changing it for any reason, so if you guys have any complaints about the title, I'm not changing it. So I need to now figure out the premise of Her, as well as the title, the full title, what Her stands for. I would need to figure out what that would stand for and the premise of it, and then I can start outlining according to the premise. That way I can keep myself on track and keep myself from going overboard, I guess. Now onto my overall experience for this July's Camp Nano. I honestly had a lot of fun with what entirely I did. I had also put in a social media plan to revive my social media, and a couple of them are taking off, but a few of them aren't, but that's only because I'm not in the habit of updating those. And those 2 social medias, technically 3 actually, those 3 social medias are Ko-fi, Instagram, and Twitter, now called X because of Elon Musk's whole situation. But those 3 social media platforms I am not really updating as often as I would like to, because I just need to get into the habit of updating those, and it's not really happening. Although I do kind of plan on doing something for this month, for August, because I do plan on posting some Dearest Sea snippets this month. So keep an eye out for those on both YouTube and TikTok, and I will attempt to update both Twitter, Instagram, and my Ko-fi about those. That way I can get into the habit of updating everything all at once and be able to market my stuff at the same time. As far as writing went, I had a lot of fun. I even had a small word count goal,
and I knocked it out of the ballpark. I managed to go 246 words over my goal, and so that was really interesting, managing to go over my goal again. Last Camp Nano in April, I had 30,000 words. 30,000 words in 30 days. Yes, in 30 days. And I actually managed to make that goal in the same time frame. So it took me the same amount of days to make 18K as it did to make 30,000 words. And I don't even know how I managed to make those 30,000 words. I think I counted the copy paste stuff, and I think I did that for this one as well, because I had handwritten some stuff and then I transcribed them onto the Word document for His Immortal Majesty, and I took the word counts that I got for those days and multiplied them by 2. So like one day I got 195 words for handwriting stuff. I put in the 195 words for that day, and then I put 195 for the day that I had transcribed them. So that's what I did. So I think it was the copy pasting stuff as well for April. So I guess I kind of did the same thing, but I also had like these incredibly realistic goals. I think what also helped me was the fact that I was really excited to get back into His Immortal Majesty. I love Sterling and Gale so much. I love writing those two and how they interact. They are so much fun to write, even individually when they're like separated on page. Like, they are so much fun to write, especially Sterling, because I don't know, I feel like this greater connection towards these two, and it was so much fun to finally get back into writing His Immortal Majesty. I did manage to write a lot of Dearest Sea, but as far as the whole of Camp Nano went, I think the unofficial announcement of it, the fact that it was unofficial Dearest Sea, kind of put it on the back burner in my mind. So I didn't touch it since the 2nd until yesterday, when I just put on some music and just went ham on chapter 13, which I finished. And then the second sprint in Desiree and Mortega's stream yesterday, she normally streams on Mondays, on YouTube at least, and on the second sprint, which was also a 45-minute sprint, I ended up getting 803 words into chapter 14, and it's supposed to be 2,000 words long. So I'm not even halfway there, and I'm still kind of at the beginning of the chapter before everything goes down. For the entire month of August, I will be working on His Immortal Majesty and Dearest Sea at the same time. I'll still be continuing in posting some more snippets over on TikTok as well as YouTube of both of those. So look forward to those. And I will also, once those are done, once fixing His Immortal Majesty is done, or at least once Dearest Sea is done being drafted, I will be working on a contemporary fantasy thriller. And I think I just figured out like what the premise is, because for the longest time I couldn't figure out what the premise was. So that is now my goal, is to plot the contemporary fantasy thriller that I've got coming up. Another goal of mine for August is to also figure out the premise, which I am actually doing right now, and also plotting that, so going through an outline and world building and all that, I might stick it in the same universe as His Immortal Majesty. So once I finish fixing the consistency issues and all that stuff and the world building and all that of His Immortal Majesty, I can do basically as little world building for her as possible, so I don't have to do too much. All I have to do is just stick in some characters, put in some situations in that world, and basically call it a day, for lack of a better phrase. Needless to say, I had a lot of fun with July's Camp Nano, especially when it comes to accountability partners such as Desiree and all of her friends. They were such a big help in helping me make my goals and helping me realize that I needed to set more attainable goals, especially during the camps. So thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the sprints you guys have done. It was a huge help in helping me get these words and making sure that I made this goal instead of just slacking off and, you know, just delaying it until the last day of Nano. I have been rambling on a little bit too much at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and I will see you guys next week on Wednesday. Bye-bye.